really was a remarkable experience, and yet not a complete surprise, because we felt that we had competed very well with Hamilton, who was the 2 seed, and St. Lawrence, who was the 1 seed, and we'd beaten St. Lawrence. But still, then we had to do it up there and finally get it done at the most important games of the year.
Well, I mean, we were the underdogs going into it, so that was huge to win it all. And I mean, we did what we could. We fought hard and we came on top.
I think it was a great experience for our guys, as well as the staff. It's a wonderful experience to go in and go into another team's gym and the whole season's on the line. It's a chance to win the conference championship, and our guys, to their credit, came through and had a tremendous job that weekend.
It was awesome. Nothing else really to say about that. It was just a culmination of a season coming together and a team coming together to pull it out in against St. Lawrence.
It really brought the group of guys that are back this year together. It gave them a sense of accomplishment to last year, and it gives them a sense of purpose moving forward into this year. They're real excited about that opportunity. They're looking to build on that success, and they're hungry to get back.
Actually, what happened on the way home, the bus driver got lost, and we went an hour out of the way coming back from the North Country up here, which has never happened in all the years that I've taken teams up to the North Country, and nobody minded a bit. I told the players, and they said, okay, it was just such a great atmosphere. I mean, that's really what I remember, is the bus ride home, and cutting down the nets was great. But the bus ride home, just everyone was just, it was just the group of people that had worked hard, and those guys had accomplished something. So that was pretty special.
Richard Stockton went to the national championship game last year. They were one of the best teams in the country. And our guys felt like, and we felt like, we competed very well against them.
They're a super athletic team, never really played a team that complete with athletes before. And I mean, it'll just help us be ready for something like that this year with teams that play fast. They haven't played as fast as Richard Stockton did.
I think that'll help us out because we know what competition is out there and how we can play, so the expectations are definitely there now.
We know what the elite teams play like, and we know what level that we have to reach, and we see that it's very possible to get there, and it's encouraging to our players.
Well, it certainly does. It certainly does help us. And maybe not for the reason, though, that people would think, is that Richard Stockton was very much of an up-tempo pressing team, which we were not at all last year. But that I had in my mind that once our last year's seniors, especially Sam Simmons, graduated, that it was going to be a good way for this team to go. And they saw in that game, we all saw in that game, we were tied 40-40 at halftime, but as the game went along, their pressure just got to us, and they actually said that one of the things they always talked about, one of their coaches said, is that we don't press for the first half, we press for the second half. So I think having done that, when I was explaining and we were talking, and we're still very much a work in progress with our pressure, but that's it. You just stay after people and stay after them, and then sometimes you get good results at the end.
To replace Sam Simmons, I don't know. A lot of people have to score now because he was a big part of everything we did last year as far as leadership goes too. So just playing as a team is going to be definitely emphasized a lot more because you can't rely just on that one guy now.
Losing Sam was big. He was the player of the year last year in the conference. He was, by far the best player in the conference. And he's one of the best players we've ever had here. He did a tremendous job for us last year, but I think the guys are ready to step up and prove that it wasn't just about him. I think we're going to have a lot more balance this year in terms of our scoring.
Teams knew to focus on him as a key part of what we wanted to do last year, and now that this year not having him, teams are going to have a little bit more difficulty trying to figure out exactly who to game plan against.
Of course, no individual replaces him. I mean, he was so clearly the best player in the league. But there were a number of our players, Ricky Filatre, Tim Rupp, come right to mind, who really subjugated kind of what they could have done. They could have scored more points, they could have taken more shots to play the way that we had to play to be most successful.
Well, just to be more balanced. We have a lot of athletic players, we have a lot of skilled players too, so just being more balanced with the scoring, everyone chipping in, 10 points, 12 points, 16 points, 3 guys our 4 guys contributing and everybody on the bench doing their part.
Since we have a lot of experience, a lot of returning players, we all know what roles we have to fill.
Yeah, you know, we got me and Jeremy who are kind of similar players, you know, inside and outside. And I think that, you know, we got a lot of depth all around. You know, we got guys that, you know, 11 guys that come in and just, you know, really contribute. So I think we're going to be really deep and, you know, I think it's going to be good.
I think this year, you know, we now have an expectation of winning. You know, whereas in past years, you know, we obviously you want to win every game, but now our guys really expect to go in and win every game that we play.
Now that we've got a taste of it, that's going to drive us there again. So hopefully everyone has that drive. I mean, there's only a few of us who weren't on the team last year who haven't tasted it, but I'm sure they all have the desire to get there again.
To get back to where we were last year, get back to the NCAA tournament, get in the second round, maybe even further, if we have that, if we have the ability to do that.
As a team, definitely want to get to the NCAAs again. Don't want to say we're following men's soccer, but it was great to see them in the NCAAs like they were last year. So hopefully we can follow up just like they did. Personal expectations, I just want to win. I just want to win games. I'll do whatever needs to be done to make sure we're there in March. So.
I mean, obviously, Robeson Gym was great for us. I know as a player, I loved playing there. And it wasn't a terrible facility by any stretch of the imagination, but coming to this new gym here and just all the amenities and, you know, from the locker room to the training room to the weight room to having, you know, more hoops and a better facility overall.
It's a lot of fun to play in here, but I mean, after being in here, we went down to Robeson and it has a homey feel down there. I mean, shots were falling, the rims feel lower. So I mean, we're still loyal to the Robeson Gym, but I mean, it's really nice to have this new facility. And the locker room's a lot better, so that's good.
The Armory was a good place for us. We were there for RP. I was there for 35 years. I was there for 25 of them, and we certainly, you know, were comfortable there. But you move into the ECAV, and the gymnasium is, I mean, it's brighter and it's just so special. But even more than that, to the players, the locker room, it's just night and day. The training room, the equipment room, the weight room, everything is just such a different level that they're you know, we're all excited by that.
Everything. Yeah. Everything. The place is awesome.
Well, it's a lot bigger, obviously, and I don't know, it just feels like it's so open, and all the facilities are awesome. You're not a smart person to not take advantage of what we have here.
Oh my God, there is no comparison. You know, locker room's unbelievable. This court is just absolutely unbelievable. Training facility, I mean, there are no words. Everything's right up here in the central location. It's just been an awesome gift to us.
But you know, we have a lot of upperclassmen on the team who've, you know, some of them contributed more than others, but we have a lot of experience, and they're an older team. They're a veteran team, so I think that's really going to help us. You know, we have some tremendous wing players, guys that can score from the perimeter, as well as who I think is probably the most athletic center in the league, and Ricky, who is obviously our best defender last year by far, and you know, we're going to ask him to do a lot more offensively this year.
In the opener the other day, he had 16 and 16, which was a nice start. Tim Rupp, certainly. DJ Blakemore is going to be getting to do more. Ike Rodriguez, who hardly played at all last year, is our starting point guard right now. Mike Bryan, who has had a very nice career here so far and has played a lot in his first 2 years. Now I think it's going to put up bigger numbers and get more attention. Jeremy Colon, who played behind Simmons last year and now is getting a chance to come out of his shadow. Those are the guys who come right to mind.
One of our strengths is definitely athleticism and definitely experience as well. I mean, we have a lot of juniors on the team who have been in the program for 3 years and the seniors for 4, so I mean, hopefully that's going to be one of our strengths.
Our ability to get out and play the game over the proverbial 94 feet for 40 minutes. Clearly we have mostly the same players as last year, but the thing is, having a dominating inside player like Sam Simmons, we didn't really want to expand the game to 94 feet for 40 minutes. We wanted to make sure we came down and that Sess got the number of touches that he deserved, and also then that he could play, if it came down to it, he could play 32, 34, 36 minutes in certain games, which nobody can do when you're playing in an up-tempo. So that's really the difference.
Definitely our depth. I think we have a much deeper team than we had last year, and that's with a lot of guys returning with experience, and a lot of guys who are hungry to play and very unselfish and willing to support their teammates in whatever role that they have. Their goal is to get back in the NCAA tournament, and they had that experience, and they know what it takes to get there, and they're willing to sacrifice parts of their game to get that done. So certainly our unselfishness, our desire, and our passion to get back to that level, I think that's going to be a key focus for us moving forward, is that ability by our guys to do a little something extra or give up a little something on a personal level for the team achievement.
My goal is just to be the best team player I can. I'm not trying to be a leading scorer, or leading rebounder. Yes, I'm trying to be that, but leading scorer, no. I mean, I'll take the shots when they come, but hopefully I just want to be a good asset to the team and be the defensive force I was last year.
We have to continue to be a strong rebounding team, and I feel that we will. I mean, when you have a guy who's just a great physical specimen and so motivated, like a Simmons, I mean, he was just such a powerful rebounder. I mean, he just went and got the ball. But we have other people that can go and get it, and without him in the way, so to speak, I think but we have to focus on being a strong rebounding team. But the biggest thing is taking care of the basketball. We had a poor, as a team, assist-to-turnover ratio, and that's the biggest thing. We have to make sure that even though we're playing fast, that we minimize the turnovers and we get a shot. You have to get a shot, 80-85% of the time coming up court, and then being a good rebounding team, sometimes you can get more than one. So that would be the biggest thing. I think if we're taking care of the ball and getting a shot a high percentage of the times we come up on offense, then I think we're going to be right in the Liberty League mix.